Hello everybody, welcome to Kusogrand8, the bad video game tournament. I'm Brosentia. Apologies for the late start here, but I am here ready to rock and or roll. We've got, we might only be doing one match today. We'll have to see how things are going. It's been a little bit of an off day for me, but I don't want to delay too much because we're already a little bit behind. Hello Lupine1, thank you for resubscribing. So Crappy, how about let's go ahead and head on over to the reveal right now. Come on, Crappy, take us over. Yeah, I know I was lazy, didn't change that image, but whoa, what the crap? What is this person who is whispering in my ear? It is our next GM, blah, 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 blah. This is what GMs do. They whisper a bunch. Hey, welcome. Say hello to the GM for the match. Our dear friend, Blasphemous Roar. Roar, come on in. Let's chat a little bit. Hey. Hello there, Roar.
Two people are about to be terminated.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's not too much of a surprise. Hey, Dollar's friend, thank you for subscribing. Now, Roar, you say that we're going to be terminated. So I assume it's a Terminator game.
We have 12 pointers, which means that we have, if you say it's a 10 and 2, correct? This is my terrible Arnold.
Oh, no.
10 and 2. What number does 10 start with? Letter.
It starts with T.
T and 2.
What are you, like, you sound
Trying
like a
to get out the
Muppet.
T. Yeah, it's a terrible Arnold. It's a very terrible Arnold. I am doing the worst possible Arnold on the planet. But it's okay. We have T2, the arcade game.
T2. Whoa, no. Oh, I'm just gonna get worse from here on out. Well, hey, everybody, this is a general audience game. Terminator 2, the arcade game for Game Gear. The players are gonna have an hour to try to make as much progress as they can, and whoever does takes the victory. Whoever doesn't, actually, yeah, it's only two players. Oh no.
Yeah, so this game, if you don't know, we're going to take the action, the big screen action of the arcades, the big, beautiful marquee posters, the big monitors, the light gun that's a little on rail, that's the mounted turret, and we're going to take all that and we're going to condense it to this little screen. I couldn't even give them the Super Nintendo version, but we're going to the game because it's teeny.
Oh, because you love them. I see.
Oh, because I'm the happiest camper. You see, today, while playing Eidolon, I accidentally misclicked and screwed up my talent tree until I decided to reset them, which is going to cost me resources. So I'm mad. So they get to play on hard mode. One credit.
Not hard
attack.
mode? Wow, why are you so evil? Because of Eidolon or whatever the crap you're playing?
No, because my life's gone to hell right now, so I'm going to make 4 other people go to hell for a moment.
You're a monster, only giving them one continue and making them play on hard?
No continues, thank you.
Oh. Even worse.
Well, that's all right. Well, thank you, everybody, for the patience. Good to hear from you, Ascorian. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Cool. Are you a Terminator expert?
Yeah, totally. No.
More than me. Actually, I guess I've seen
my time-traveling compatriot come to back me up for when I mess up.
Aha. Perfect. Well, I almost have everything captured. Just because this is Game Gear, it's a bit of a nightmare with aspect ratio and making sure, because everybody always has it just a little bit different when it comes to cropping.
Now, remember, folks, we are playing on hard mode, so every time that they reset the game, whether they bust her out of a continue or they do a hard reset on the system, they're going to have to go into the settings and show that they are on hard mode for the refs. I have told them this. I will yell at them if they fail to do so.
Good.
I will yell very, very hard.
Oh, you're
And let me
bringing
tell
back
you-
like Wolfchild memories because, yeah, we had that issue. Beware, there is a little flashing in this game, everybody. If all
It's
of
a
them
very
sync
minor
up on the
one, but
title
some
screen.
of you are a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is indeed very minor. Whenever they use a smart bomb, it's going to flash.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
that is
Let me get
still
those images off the
helpful.
screen.
Yeah.
Or delete them.
So I'm just making sure that everything is updated on Twitch. Wait, how come I don't hear any audio from the game? There we go. What is this?
It might not have any audio until the
Nope,
or not. Oh, okay.
Beep, boop, beep, boop. That's about it.
Yeah, only beeping.
Only beep boop.
It's a good tune, though. The beep boop song.
The beep boop song.
Yeah. The legendary beep boop song. Well,
Everybody sing along to the legendary beep boop song. It goes beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, boop.
thank you both for being here. I'm glad that you're here. Seriously.
I'm glad you're here too. You make
yeah.
all of our lives a little better.
Wow. Wow. y'all hear this guy? Y'all hear this roar?
I mean, that's what the GMs are here for.
Oh, right. Sorry. We're the ones supposed to make everybody's life a little crappier. Froze is a little sunshine, a little diamond in the poo.
Exactly.
Hey, I think that I'm actually ready. So
Okay, let me get
let's
those images off.
take them. Yeah, go ahead and let them know. So yeah, just so everybody knows, I've been a bit off today, so we are likely only having one match here. Just FYI, but I appreciate everybody being here. Also, thank you so much, Moowear and Cube13 for resubscribing. Good to have you here. Okay.
You know who else should resubscribe? You out there. You should subscribe because Bro puts a lot of work into this. Not you. You out there. Not you. You out there. Because Bro puts a lot of time into this stuff and he deserves to be supported. And
Yes.
Master Time Thief still needs to take their image off.
I think Master Time Thief knows. They wrote hi chat, and then I saw them typing on stream. OMG, drama, everybody. Okay, so we are just waiting. I appreciate their patience, though, waiting for me, so I can wait a minute. It's fine.
If we're waiting for Master Time Thief, does that mean that Master Time Thieves have successfully stolen our time?
I think so.
Ah!
They did it masterfully.
Oh, don't. Wow.
I did see two of the players on hard mode, so that's good. They're listening.
They're paying attention. Well, I mean, to be fair, I told them explicitly. The information that I gave the players that I didn't pin, I should have pinned it. Where's my pin?
Okay.
Where's my pin? Where's my info dump? I give one info dump with the game for all the players to know. That's how I GM. That's my GMing style. You don't get any information outside of this. So here's your text dump. Progress is pure score attack in bold letters. Hard mode. When you get to the menu, choose settings and choose hard. You must go into settings and show the refs that hard is checked every time you reset, since resetting for better score might happen a lot. So double check every time. I typoed. 1cc, no continues. Hey, I'm gonna let you continue if you want to scout the level and waste time. How nice of me, right? It'll waste quite a bit of time.
Yeah. Well,
So,
actually,
if they
I'm
do
going to go ahead
continue-
and... Fine.
Oh,
I'm starting a
Say your thing.
prediction on Twitch so that y'all can go ahead and use those channel points. And then we will go ahead and get started. So go, use those points right now, because if you don't, then you'll still have them by the end of the stream. And what good is that?
I'm gonna name a dwarf. I'm so sad for right player here.
Oh my gosh, how dare you? I need to do more Dwarf Fortress, though, for real. Okay, we're doing the countdown, everybody. Best of luck to the players.
It's the final. Oh wait, that's
no. We
copyrighted.
need chat to spam emotes. So what would be
Spam
good
emotes.
emotes?
Guns, skulls, robots, and
Anyone got Arnold Schwarzenegger?
we got. If you got Schwarzeneggers, throw the Schwarzeneggers up there.
Yeah, and don't worry, I will tweak things
Sunglasses.
once we get started in order to make all of the aspect ratios the same. And here we go, everybody. Terminator 2, the arcade game.
Yeah, so this is T2, the arcade game. This is a light gun rail shooter on the Game Gear.
Oh, fun. That's even better than I was thinking it was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, so we have a confirmed hard for Space Cow. We have a confirmed hard for Caveman. We need to get 1 and 2 Euclides and Master Time Thief haven't quite started yet, or did they already start?
They did start.
Okay, great. So our refs are paying attention to whether or not going on. Who's our refs today, Prosentia?
Well, I don't even have the page open yet. Give me a second. Oh my gosh.
Well, I know who the refs are. There are good friends. Actually, wait, do I not have the ref sheet? I don't know who the refs are.
I do.
One of us.
Well,
we have
you know what?
Linkura.
Yeah,
we have H12, the Kuso ref Hazel. Jerry Eris doesn't know that kid. Red Fortinator and Nutelecta, the arcade game.
Okay.
Thank you to all the refs for helping out. It really helps out everyone keep track of positionings and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're
Oh, the
off
little
to a
dudes
pretty
died.
quick start, which is a very, very slow shooter. Oh no. Do we
Yeah,
have
so
a-
basically,
yeah.
this game has a lot of tendency to have a lot of dudes shooting at you at the same time, and it's like inconsistent when they actually do damage or not. So the reason I had them put this on hard mode is that a normal mode run of this isn't actually all that will get you a long time before you actually bite the dust. In fact, I sat here on hard for 3.5 minutes not shooting a single bullet, and I didn't die.
So are those guys supposed to be...
Never mind. No. Apparently, both Clades and Space Cow have succeeded in doing the dead thing in 2.5 minutes, so that's impressive.
So, Clady's continued. Does that mean this doesn't count now?
Correct. This does not count for score until the reset happens.
Okay.
So they are allowed to scout forward. I have allowed them that privilege so they can get an idea of what's coming up, but I mean, does it matter if you can't perfect the originals?
Yeah. Also, I see there's limited bullets.
Those are for your special guns,
Okay.
if I recall. All right, we have a bunch of restarts here.
I guess they'll be back.
I get it. That's a thing from the movie that you just did. Right?
Well,
I've never seen Terminator.
Which movie?
I
You've
don't
never
know,
seen
honestly.
Terminator? Are you serious? Oh, come on.
Oh, I've seen Terminator. That's a lie. It's just that it's a whole lifetime ago. There's like my life is defined into like 3 specific lifetimes, and those are things that I can't remember, or things that I remember because of trauma, things I can't remember because it's been too long, and then current life. So
Well,
this is in the can't remember because of prior lives category.
honestly, I've never seen Terminator. I just seen clips and stuff.
I mean, everybody knows that I'll be back at least, so that's.
Yep. That's... Okay, so we have a boss who kind of waves their hands at you.
That hand wiggle, it's so good. Doo-loo-loo-loo. Honestly,
Hey, Scorian, what do you think your Bro Centra's favorite board game is?
I have no clue. I don't know board games.
Give me any guess. Give me any guess.
any
what
guess.
Brosench's favorite board game is.
Monopoly.
Oh my gosh.
He owns the Monopoly on Kusogrand8.
Shut up.
Okay, Brosencha, what's your favorite board game?
Well, it's not Monopoly. Okay.
Score, that's bad news. Your Brosencha's dead.
Let me think.
See, I was making a Terminator 2 reference.
Oh, good job. Good job. No, board game wise, like Battlestar Galactica is amazing. Okay. I love that. Also, Root is an amazing game.
I've only played Omen. I haven't played Root. But I have played Omen by the same developers.
Oh man, you played Omen.
I played Omen, caused chaos, and kept inviting people down to the river to meet with me one-on-one. So I could make myself a king.
Now,
Yeah,
I do want to remind... Oh,
yeah, go ahead. No, like Chad is agreeing. Root is good. Root is amazing. Hello. Yeah, everybody should play it.
I've never played... Well, I've never played board games. I haven't had people to play them with. Okay, now I do want to remind chat that Clades did continue, so all their progress right now does not count.
And it's important, hopefully they read the pin because I gave them the correct information. They're allowed to look, but they cannot touch the score. I mean, they can touch the score because they're going to increase the score, but they're allowed to take a gander at what's coming up, but it doesn't help. Their score is topped a while back.
Although, when they get to the boss and stuff, they're going to be well prepared.
Well, good. Yeah, what is this route? Like, the ground looks kind of crappy here.
Yeah, it's just, sometimes your ground just needs to be a small gradient to remind you that there's depth.
Are those like boxing bags?
Those are, nondescript tanks. So, the boxes are basically going to be the key to having a lot of good stuff in this game. Boxes are extremely important. They contain all of your health upgrades, they contain better guns, they contain missiles, which are good for taking down dudes that have, multiple hits there. But again, the thing about this game is that you're just constantly losing life. You're just constantly losing life. In many video games, many arcade games, like gun shooters in particular, there is a tendency to have a clear indicator of when an eye object or enemy is about to damage you. An enemy pops up in front of the screen, and does a melee attack, you're going to take damage. A bullet flashes red, that's how you're going to take damage in Time Crisis. The bullets go red flashing, which means that you need to duck in order to dodge that one, because the rest of them don't matter and they won't hit you. Most of the time you don't have this level of energy in a game. So this game's pretty ambiguous about what's actually doing damage to you at any given time. And the guys just walk up and start shooting you instantly. And the problem is that this is a Game Gear, not a rail shooter. You literally cannot move that cursor fast enough, accurately enough, to do the damage that you need. So it's going to be nearly impossible for them to clear it on hard. In fact, I haven't checked if it is possible. I mean, I'm assuming it is a task. I'm going to go YouTube that. Quick to the use of tubes.
Well, it does look like Clades either realized not to continue or something, but they are restarting. So that's good.
Ding! That was a very sharp sound. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not seeing very much on the task thing.
Oh, Clades did click start, so they're going to probably have to restart again.
Okay, Clades is asking, once you see means if you get continue, you reset, right? So...
Yeah.
You know,
So they are now fully aware of what a 1cc is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good.
You tell.
Good. Oh my gosh, this is a probe game.
Yeah,
Well,
I was just about to ask you some probing questions about probe.
Yeah, question number 1 from you, go.
What else have they known for?
I don't know. I know that, like, whenever their name shows up, I have flashbacks to terrible memories, but I don't recall why. It's almost like it's like Men in Black. They flash me with the freaking mind wipe thing. The thingy
Category.
thing.
Probe software games. Acme Animation Fact. I'm going to read all this. This is going to take another 5 minutes of our time as I read all of this, but you know what? We're doing it.
You don't have to
Acme
read
Animation
all of it.
Factory. Alien 3 video game. Alien Trilogy. Air Marines Project Swarm. Back to the Future Part 3 video game. Batman and Robin. Batman Forever. Beauty and the Beast. Body Count. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh no, that's right. Bram Stoker's
I don't need to
Dracula.
go
That's
on.
not good.
I'm done.
Yeah.
We're already done.
Well, luckily the producer for this game
Home
also
Alone.
produced Bionicle Maze of Shadows.
Wow, this. Oh, go ahead.
And the Alex Rider Stormbreaker Game Boy Advance game? Oh, I know Alex Rider. Okay.
Yeah, they made such wonderful classics as Mortal Kombat 2 for one of these systems that was terrible. And Savage, and Bram Stoker's Dracula, and of course, Home Alone. Yeah, they are a regular showing here on Kusogrand8.
People must really like this game. It sells for a whole $8 on eBay.
Wow, that is way more than expected. Then again, it's a Game Gear game. I'm sure Game Gear is at a small premium because nobody ever had them.
Their batteries died way too fast.
I did a game. So the reason that I was aware of this game fully, its existence, is because I did play this all the way through on a normal playthrough. When on Games Quest I did a week of Game Gear games, and during my week of Game Gear games, I was using during the week of Game Gear games, I had a battery counter which was showing off if with 3 to 5 hours rough estimated gameplay, how many batteries I was using over the week. It was somewhere around like $70 worth of batteries.
Dang.
That you need to get the AC adapter. Hello, this is what I keep telling everybody. You get a Game Gear, get your AC adapter so you can just plug it straight into the wall and not worry about that.
Portability.
Your mom's portable.
Why would... Yeah, she is. She goes all over the place. She does a lot of things.
Oh, she's got legs. Oh, okay. Or Hot Wheels. Oh,
Yeah,
there are
she
a
has
lot
a
of
car
ways.
too.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, my mother is your standard red Mustang convertible driving Floridian.
Okay, this game apparently has a full heal item, so we might actually see more than the first stage.
We get... Yeah, there are items that will heal you, so...
There's an item that gives the player an extra continue too. Too bad you took them away, right?
I mean, if they earn a continue, they can... No. No continues. I want these people to lament earning 12 points. I don't want them to be comfortable in any moment of this game. There is a certain point, there are two modes of GMs. They go, oh, they're 12 pointers, we need to give them a softball because they're not as great as these 30 pointers. No. I want you to make sure that you are good enough to walk into the upper echelons. If you have a chance at bracket, you have to go through this to get there, all right? You did not earn your easy game. You are going to make sure that every moment is as stressful as possible.
Honestly, I think it's also a good idea because it prepares them for what's coming down the line later. Because brackets are not a pushover.
No. Oh, here we go. We got a big take for Clades.
Yeah, no continues this time.
So this one does the little wobbly gun thingy. I think you have to shoot the gun in order to make sure that it stays wobbly so it's not shooting you.
It's like a dance move, like from the 70s. Like, I can imagine Austin Powers dancing that way, just wiggling the hand. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
So during phase 2, he starts shooting. Sorry, Scorian, I just gotta explain real quick. During phase 2, he starts shooting blue laser eyes at you. You can shoot those little laser eye shots in order to make sure they don't hurt you. Easier on a light gun than it is on a cursor. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, I was just thinking how that robot looks so much like Rob. And considering it's on a Sega console, I'm wondering if it's supposed to be a reference to it.
It's the robotic operating I couldn't think of anything with it would be the robotic operating butthead. This is Kuso, so I had to censor that.
So that is a gun gauge.
Yeah, so it is in fact a gun gauge. It is in fact a gauge of
You can't hold down the gun constantly and hope to live.
Yeah, well, you need to kind of it heats over, or it overheats. Why is
Master Time Thief? Your squeen is squished. Your squeen.
Yeah, Master Time Thief's screen just got really squished, and the energy bar. Well, because it looks like the energy bar is one solid bar to me, which is really weird.
Well, maybe it's just because it's so squish. Okay, let's stretch it out.
They might have restarted the emulator.
Clearly, their plan is to shrink the emulator so that the light gun covers more ground faster. Clearly, that's how that works, right? If the entire screen is a target for the light gun, then the light gun's gonna hit every time.
Yeah, so what it looks like is that it's only visually a change. Now that I've stretched it out, you can see that there are multiple lines there by English as well as by gun. It's just not going to be perfect because of a lower aspect ratio. I'm sorry, what does ENG stand? Energy?
Energy.
Sorry, it's the English meter.
It's the English meter. It determines how much spin you could put on this statement to make yourself look good.
See, if you just make your health bar and your gun bar just like one bar, like blip, you can't lose it, right?
So Clades is doing suspiciously really well, actually. The refs are confirming that he did show off that it's on hard mode, so. But did really, really well. Maybe that little bit of scanning forward really helped.
Looks like it. That is a high score. It's 850,000. 883,000 apparently.
That's so many points. Oh, great. It looks like Master Time Thief's stream is fixed. Welcome to my life, everybody.
Yep. Every time you restart that game, it's just going to jump into another aspect ratio because we love you. We got to keep you on your toes.
I'm so excited for that. Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I don't know if it's Clades or Clades, but I'm looked up enough Greek mythology to call it Clades.
I can say Clades gets with the ladies. Or with the gents, that's fine too. Or with
Clades
anybody.
is doing okaydies.
Clades is doing okaydies, yeah.
Stage.
Well, I looked at the sheet. They didn't give a pronunciation, so choose how you want to say it.
Yeah, take that, nerds. If you don't want me to call you the pee-pee poo-poo man, you got to put a pronunciation when you sign up for Kusogrand8. We learned that last week.
It's true. I mean, you never know who's the pee-pee poo-poo man. My name is spelled Blasphemous Roar, but that could be pronounced onomatopoeia. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't read Cyrillic.
What if you sign up as PP Poo Poo Man? Well, As long as you don't put a pronunciation, bro can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, maybe I could call you... Oh, no, never mind. There are a few things I'm not going to call you on stream, though. We'll say that. Pee Pee Poo Poo Man, actually a good guy. I've met him a few times, you know?
I do want to point out, Clades has a really high score right now, but it's still... Clades got that in like 5-10 minutes, so it's anyone's game still.
Yeah, it's only been 20 minutes right now. That is still anybody's game. So, what's y'all's favorite light gun shooter?
This one.
I think you're just saying that because you don't play enough light gun shooters to have an opinion.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm honestly, my guilty pleasure in life. First off, Point Blank is the best light gun shooter game. Just end of story. It is the best. But my favorite light gun shooter in my guilty pleasure in life is I love Target Terror Gold. It is so cheesy, so stupid, such a quarter muncher, and when you shoot people in the groin, they react to it. And you can even get a gold nutcracker medal at the end of the stage for doing so.
Now, most people do react to that, I gotta be honest. That hurts. A little bit. You know what is cool, though? Our referees actually have a tracker going on for the match, and if I manage to get everything looking right, I might be able to get that up live so that everybody can see it.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. What? Blowing your minds. Welcome to the future.
The future of Kusogrand8.
The future of Kusogrand8. It's called Google Sheets. Don't know if you've heard of that, everybody.
It's really strange having like refs and everything for the first time. Well, like, I know there were refs before, but like of this extent.
Yeah, like seriously, that's partly why. Like, I feel like having so many people involved, there's still a lot of onus on me to keep things running, but it, like, honestly is so much help, and I really appreciate everything that everybody here does. Now, question. There are these soldiers here that I see Master Time Thief shooting occasionally, sitting in front of the walls. Are they your friends?
They are your friends. They are your allies, and I think that killing them has negative repercussions. Like, I think there might be a survivor bonus at the end.
I also think shooting them takes down your energy.
Oh, if shooting them takes down your energy, then that's the penalty. Yeah. So you gotta make sure you don't shoot the good guys. You gotta shoot the bad guys, not shoot the good guys, because the good guys are bad. Shooting the bad guys are good.
I'm sorry. I saw that you can get smart bombs, but it, like, at the resolution of the Game Gear, can I say this on stream? It looks like shark bombs, which is even worse. It's even worse. I don't want those.
Lady's just got a bonus of 100,000 points.
What? What? Wait,
It was like
from
a
one of the
slot machine, and it landed on 100,000 points.
Hold on. The GMs did not anticipate this RNG.
Wait, what? Which aren't? You know what? RNG is part of Kusogrand8 sometimes. However, if it's,
we could just kill off the 100,000 points and say it doesn't count.
I don't think it's good to change the rules in the middle of a match.
Oh no!
Especially,
I actually tested this one.
So wait, explain to me what dropped.
there was a RNG power up, the thing that says 10 missiles, or
It's a microchip. It gives a random item, and one of the items can be 100,000 points.
apparently the
never
stage
seen
clear
that
bonus was
before?
more than that. No, I've not seen it give 100,000 points. No, I've gotten that microchip, and I've never seen it give 100,000 points to me.
That's a lot of points. The Michael chip. Oh my gosh. I want somebody give me a Michael chip. My computer is hungry.
I feel like the technique would be to just spam those boxes over and over again to get a microchip.
Hold on, I'm looking at the scores. Clades was 883,000 before by clearing the stage. I think that in the end, it's only gonna. I mean, it might determine second place if second place got lucky, but at that point, we need a coin flip to determine who won in second place anyway. Because
it really seems like all of the points that you get for finishing a stage, they're huge. Like, they're extremely important. And if you don't finish a stage, you're not going to rack up a very high score. So, yeah, like right now, Space Cow and Taven are a little bit behind the other players' Master Time. If I'm not mistaken, Master Time Thief, that's 58,000, very far behind. Clades is just destroying everybody. So really, like, what's gonna be the first decider is finishing stage 1.
yeah, and it may very well be that Clades, having gone through that continue, is seeing how to play the game, and it's actually like I'm watching the gameplay here, and the movement that Clades is displaying is actually really strong. We're not just zooming through the boxes, we're moving in a pattern. He's going down, grab the box, go up, shoot the guys, come back down, grab the box, go up, shoot the guys. So is actually doing a really strong gameplay here, and in the end, it looks like that $100,000 points is completely minuscule compared to what actually comes. It may determine second place if neither of the players gets through the first stage, but if anybody gets through first stage, that second place gets through first stage, that's going to be the decider.
I'm curious if other refs have seen like 100,000 on anyone else, so it might not even determine second place.
I'm assuming it is currently determining. Well, I'm assuming that it's currently knocking Master Time Thief out of the running.
Okay, Clades and Space Cow both got it. Yeah, they both got it. The Cow and Taven.
And Taven didn't?
No, Taven. Cow and Taven both got it. So yeah, but
Yeah. So it's not even determining second place because both the second place players. There's another 100,000 points for Taven or for Clades. Like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
It was a moment of panic, but it's fine. Like Bro said, RNG is a factor in Kusogrand8.
Yeah.
Sometimes the games are bad because they have RNG.
You know, one thing that I've seen as well, if you watch reality show, sometimes RNG. No, Amazing Race. There are some of the challenges that they have there that are pure randomness, and there end up people who get extremely frustrated and basically just like start going extremely slow because they know that it is very random whether or not they're going to get it. And unfortunately, going a lot slower, even if it is randomness, whether they get it, the less that they try, the less that they're going to be able to complete that challenge. You know,
As somebody, as an orc player, I know the value of rolling a lot quickly in order to make the RNG work in your favor. So yeah, you want to go fast in order to roll those dice as much time as you can.
so
If you all didn't think I'm an orc player, you really did not pay attention to my personality, did you?
I think I see the problem with Master Time Thief. It looks like he's killing the people he's supposed to protect. So that would explain why he's so far behind everyone else. I'd kind of understand why you think you need to kill them too, because, well, everything's trying to kill you.
All right,
Not
folks,
the people with
I'm
their
gonna be-
backs to you. Don't. Yeah.
I'm going to be 100% honest with everybody at this point in time.
Sure.
The reason that I gave this game out.
Is that it's bad?
Corndan has forbidden me from giving out Rise of the Robots Game Gear. So I gave out a game about the Rise of the Robots.
Oh
on the
my
Game
gosh.
Gear.
That's the reason?
Yes!
So,
You're
I wonder why
sadistic.
it was forbidden. Is it too good?
It's horrible! It's the worst. It might actually be one of the most unplayable garbage games in existence. It's too bad for Kusogrand8.
Does it have
And
an
it's
English meter?
And it's an hour long of it.
Yeah, now I'm curious because I don't know it.
I don't either.
It's
Yeah, let me
really
just say,
unplayably bad.
like, I do like that every GM has sort of different tastes. Like, Flannel Cat, almost every game that she gives out, I'm like, I want to play that. Okay? I'm like, I don't know why, but I almost love every single game that she gives. Roar, the games that you give out tend to be kind of painful.
I'm agreeing there.
And here I thought I was giving out too nice of games sometimes. Like, I give out Alice in Wonderland, okay? Just because I want to show off the incredible tech that game did on the Game Boy. And then you get to the ladder section and you're like, yeah, that's right, this game's bad.
Oh yeah, the ladders were really, really bad. I mean, I enjoyed that. Like, I love discovering each GM's taste because there is a very wide taste. You know, Jeff shows up and gives a game and I honestly know that I'm going to be horrified, but is it like, am I going to be horrified, I want to play this later, or horrified, I never want to see this again in my life? I don't know, but there's horror involved.
Every game I've seen Jeff give out, I have always wanted to play.
Even
Yeah,
Flower
Rise of the
Power?
Robots-
I don't want to play Flower Power. I'm sorry, Jeff. I don't want to play Flower Power. Sure, I helped you translate a game, but I'm not playing Flower Power.
Yeah, Rise of the Robots is so unplayably bad that that it's not even Super Nuke category. Cornyn literally will not let me put it on the stream because it is an hour of commentary on it would be the worst thing in existence. If folks, this is my recommendation to you. Go play Rise of the Robots Game Gear for one moment. Realize that I got to the final boss before I vaulted that game. I made it to the last boss, last round on the last boss. After 2 hours of gameplay, I decided to quit when I was there. Even save stating on the final round of the final boss, I couldn't get through the game.
It can't be that bad.
Roar,
Never mind. I'm looking at pictures. It's probably that bad. Okay, never mind. That took me about 5 seconds to reconsider my assessment.
It's not even a good gauntlet state.
Okay, I will say this, Roar, you are the only GM that has given me a game that has actually made me mad.
Yeah, apparently, and I don't even remember what. Even though every time you say this, I always forget which one it is because I'm such a memory man.
Box Jump or whatever for the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, the game that Shrambles would have given you that if he was GMing at the time. So that's really just blame Shrambles. I was crowdsourcing that one, but it's so good. It's so bad. It's so hateful.
It legitimately made me angry, and it's the only one that's ever made me angry.
Good. T2 ain't so bad. Putting him on hard mode wasn't the nicest thing, but, you know, I wanted to make sure that they had to retry. I wanted to make sure we weren't going to see only 2 runs. I wanted to make sure they had to learn how to play the game.
Yeah,
And right now, there's some degree of learning how to play the game happening here.
this doesn't look that bad, honestly.
It's just that the game... The reason that I give out this game in Kuso and am willing to defend it as bad is because it does not... Okay, so mechanically, it has the multiple problems. I've mentioned the damage being constantly taken, the fact that you're on a cursor, which in a light gun shooting game doesn't work that well. There is a final boss in this game that is almost impossible. If they even were to ever see that in any way, shape, or form, they would find that to be the case. There is it's uncertain where the actual like damage zones on your enemy are sometimes. It's not great for the Game Gear. You can't see as much. The sprites are small. If this was an actual Game Gear screen, they're getting the benefit of being able to play this on an emulator and having scaled up resolution. If they were playing this with the actual size of the Game Gear, so much of this game would be unreadable. It's not good. It is a terrible idea for a port.
Honestly, here's the deal. Like, yeah, this game specifically doesn't look too bad. I actually like the different colors. Sure, it doesn't look nearly as good as the arcade game. Sure, you are controlling with the D-pad instead of using a light gun. Sure, you get terminated super, super quickly, but at the same time, like, the color palette here is super pleasing to me. The red and the blue. Hey, guess what? Almost all my graphic design that I do uses red and blue quite a bit.
What? You mean there's a significant overuse of red, of blue, and specifically orange in cover design because of the...
Hey, bro, you know what you do that you're just talking about what you like to do? You know how it's used too much? Huh? Wow. Call out Saturday, apparently.
Yeah, it's calling out time. Wait, I was reading Discord because I was making sure that things were saying.
No, it's all right. I was reading Discord as well.
Anyway, where were we? There's Arnold, and then we're on thing. Yeah, so in the arcade version, this is a mounted turret game. There are a few mounted turret games: Revolution X, T2, the arcade game, the Halo arcade game, Jurassic Park, I think, is mounted as well. I don't like mounted turret games. I'm very good with a light gun, with a pistol. I'm very good with a pistol, light gun. Like, I'm very good, unless it's a Midway game. Midway arcade games can go shove themselves in a very specific port of hell. They hate your finger, and they want you to mash that trigger harder than I can mash the trigger, and I mash the trigger impressively fast. I'm toting my horn here, but, like, it's true. I'm good at gun game. In fact, it turns out I actually went to a gun range with no actual gun experience and am a very good shot my first time because of all my light gun experience and just how good of a shot I am. So when I say that a light gun game is good or bad, I like to think that I have some level of expertise in the field to tell you whether or not it is or isn't. And oh my god, that stupid Midway clown game can go wrong.
I actually used to go to shooting ranges and stuff, and in high school I was in like an archery club, and I don't know, I think these video games are quite different than shooting, but
I know what you're saying is that, like, light gun games don't. That's why I said I've gone to an actual range with an actual pistol. I've gone, and it was my first time with a pistol, and I never missed the target.
Ooh. Oh, I'm terrible with a pistol. I grew up in rural Utah, so I learned how to use a rifle. I've got permanent hearing loss, but I learned, and I can hit things very well with the rifle. Shotgun, pistol, nah. But I haven't shot a gun in like 10 years or so, and I don't care to. But I was okay with the rifle.
I'm fine with a little bit of sports shooting. I think that sports shooting is fun. to a certain degree. I have extreme views on, well, I say extreme, but I mean leftist views on gun ownership and the like. But I believe that there is a world where sport shooting and marksmanship can coexist with a proper gun laws. So, take whatever that as you will.
I'm personally fine with having with people disagreeing on that issue as well. Like, I don't think I don't think that I need to be upset at anybody because they have a different view about that. Yeah, about ownership, maybe I'd have a more personal stake, but I'm personally fine if somebody comes and visits the US from, and they're from a different country and they're like, I never get to shoot a gun. I want to go to a gun range and try it out. I'm gonna let them go have fun and do an American thing for a little while and then go back to your country and never do it again,
Yeah, there's a world which I believe that marksman shooting can coexist with proper things. So I didn't expect Terminator to become a conversation about gun ownership laws, but here we are.
Hey, Kusogrand8, everybody.
It turns out that Kusogrand8 is extremely full of a lot of left liberal leaning people. Who would have guessed? A lot of progressive lefties over here.
So, do you two have a favorite Game Gear game?
Do I have a favorite Game Gear game?
Sonic 2, baby.
Defenders of Oasis, a solid 10-hour-long RPG, one of the only 4 games, it's either 4 or 6 games on the Game Gear that utilize an internal battery. There is a wonderful mechanic in which the genie is one of the 2 party members that can use magic, and the genie has a mechanic that later on allows him to just bugger off out of battle in order to regain MP. He just nopes out of the battle into his lamp. You can't use him for the rest of it. He regains MP.
I love it. So,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh god. Well, I was just gonna say I have a bad game I like. In case you didn't know, Simpsons Bart's vs. the Space Mutants are actually on the Game Gear.
Oh, the music is very different from the Nintendo version as well. Like that's one of the neatest things to me.
Let me see. During my Game Gear week, I played Rystar, Sylvan Tale, The Berenstain Bears Camping Adventure, Tales No Sky Patrol, X-Men, Solitaire Fun Pack, Poker Face Paul's Solitaire. Poker Face Paul has 4 games on the Game Gear. They're all bad. Poker Face Paul is a card terrorist. Solitaire Poker, Streets of Rage, Wheel of Fortune, Sonic Drift, The Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man and the X-Men Arcade's Revenge, Poker Face Paul's Blackjack, X-Men Mojo World, Sonic Labyrinth, Lost World Jurassic Park. I played Shaq Fu.
Like, all of this, you keep saying Poker Face Paws, but it sounds like Paw Patrol or something. Like
Poker Face Paul.
Paul. Why does Paul have a poker face?
Because he's a card terrorist.
He has blackjack, poker, gin.
Oh, baby. Okay, well, thank you, Paul.
Vampire Master of Darkness is an extremely good Castlevania game. So that's my honestly, if I three games for the Game Gear, I'll recommend 3 games for the Game Gear that I played. Sylvan Tale, not Poker Face. Damn you, Poker Face! Sylvan Tale, Vampire Master of Darkness, and stop reading what's directly in front of you. Master of Darkness and Defenders of Oasis. I've played apparently 51 Game Gear games.
I want you all to know, by the way, that all of the players hate this game and have typed in Discord very much expressing their distaste. Yeah. David saying this is brutal. Master Time Thief saying there's a level 2. Yeah. This game sucks by Clades. Taven says, this has to be my punishment for canceling last minute on Roar for Mystery Show. Okay, so there you go. You're getting a little vengeance roar. That's good. Space Cow says, would you say that it is, in fact, Kuso? And I think yes.
Yeah, so one of the questions, so Master Time Thief actually had the issue where they were saying they manually reset once, another time they just let it game over, so they weren't sure that they needed to go into hard mode. So there's actually a really stupid scumbag move you can do on this that I know our players won't do. I trust our players. We all trust our players to a certain degree, but because the game reverts all the way back to the immediate opening, if you were to, on the last moment of the continued game over screen during the last second before it hits the countdown, reboot the core of the emulator, you would reset the settings on the settings and be able to push it to normal while looking like you had just continued or just not continued like normal. So that is the reason that we have to have a proof call of them checking hard mode every time that they start.
Yeah, this is something that has been an issue in Kusogrand8 before with games restarting the difficulty. I'm looking at you, Wolfchild. Yeah, which, that game got quote-unquote tube and bin, but very easily can be pulled out by not changing the difficulty. But Roar, you decided you weren't going with default difficulty here, and because of that, we get to deal with that nightmare.
Yeah, so again, the reason that I didn't do Get Default, I'm going to legitimately boot up and run a timer right here on how long it takes you to die on normal without any inputs. So, because it takes a little bit. Surprisingly. So let me boot up the game and boot up Live Split. I'm going to pull out a Live Split on this.
So, good news for you, Roar. Apparently, Clade's high score didn't even have the 100k bonus in it.
Nice. Well, that makes me a little bit more confident that everybody just needs to figure out how to beat the first stage.
I do like that the players are asking, like, they're just chatting with each other. Oftentimes, you know, they have questions for each other, or they need to de-stress, and they're talking about the punishment for killing the non-Terminators here. They're like, aside from not hitting a Terminator, I'm not sure what the penalty is for shooting the Resistance fighters. And they're like, Taven said, I tried killing them and wasn't punished point-wise unless you get a bonus if they scroll off. Yeah, do they... So that's actually something I'm going to watch for Taven or Space Cow. Is there a bonus when they scroll off the screen, or is it just they do a little jig? Maybe that's your bonus. They dance.
Well, you know, they're looking left and right pretty handily there. So it looks like Space Cow is just ignoring the box on the bottom, which is probably a good call here.
And one of our referees, Radama Ford, said that apparently it's a bonus at the end of the stage if they survive. So,
Okay.
Yeah, you actually have to beat the stage before it matters, which means that they shouldn't worry too much about it for now, you know. Focus on finishing the stage, but they don't know that. I wouldn't worry. Like, if I don't see myself getting immediately punished, then go ahead and shoot them. It's fine.
So
You gotta win. You gotta get the points. This is all about the points.
that slot machine apparently has a full heal in it, and that's apparently why Clades was able to beat the first stage.
Oh, great. The slot machine is ruining everything. By the way, I have just died at 1 minute and a half of 0 inputs.
A minute and a half to die on normal difficulty without doing anything?
Without a single input.
That's amazing.
Now, how much for the hard?
Let's see what hard does. Let's see how quickly I die on hard.
By the way, Clade shared with the other players that it's only at the end of the stage that you lose points if you kill them, so that is now information for all of the players. Yeah, players are welcome to share information between each other. if they wish to give strategies. I honestly love when players do that, because occasionally somebody gets stuck for quite a while and they're like, I don't know how to do this. And one of the other players is like, oh, here's a handy little trick, or don't worry about it for now. Which is the case when it comes to the resistance fighters here. Don't worry about them. They're resisting, but honestly, you need to resist first.
Honestly, learning that Clades has gained only gone to stage 2 because they found a random full heal. I actually originally I might have panicked, but I find myself uncaring if RNG ends up determining this, because still sure as heck ain't y'all are bad at this.
Yeah, what you were saying, bro, about sharing. Whenever I played and someone didn't know when I competed, I just told them. Like, I remember one match you gave us the continue code, but to continue we had to use up some force, and my opponent didn't
good
know
old
that.
Star Wars.
And I told Time Stalker about it, and yeah. I'm also the one that ended up causing Mag Racer to be thrown in the tubing bin because I told everyone about how you could just back up over the line.
What a game. Oh, Mag Racer. My gosh.
That was so good.
Honestly, like, when a game gets tubing binned, like, sometimes it's like, that wasn't a fun watch, but Mag Racer was hilarious. Honestly, I want more absolute failures like Mag Racer in my life.
It could be, you could just get, at least you're not getting tubing binned for the dumb reasons of you misread something and you couldn't beat the demo in 45 minutes, so you didn't understand what that meant by 5 different levels.
I mean, it's complicated, Roar. It's complicated. I still laughed because, like, who would put a demo up on Steam that limits you from progressing because it just won't let you beat the first stage? Even if you kill the boss, it just stops progressing.
There's not even like a screen or something. That's
I don't know
the
if I
thing.
want to pay for the game to find out if it'll actually let you continue. Like, I'm worried because the demo doesn't seem that finished.
Honestly, I'd assume it's broken.
On hard, by the way, real quick, it took me 1 minute and 5 seconds of no inputs, so that's 25-second difference
To die in this?
to die in hard mode.
So, if the players don't last at least 1 minute and 5 seconds, that means that they somehow found a faster way to die in this than doing nothing.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah. I do like that when you kill a Terminator, sometimes the top half of their body bounces across the screen. That's a nice touch. Not sure that's how Terminators usually, maybe in the future that's how they work,
I like the gun splitting all the enemies in half.
Terminated, no! Oh, this game is hard. I mean, it's set to hard, so that makes sense. But honestly, like, the fact that you don't allow them to continue for this match means that they just have to really get good at learning the rules. And Clades, during that last attempt, still got a higher score than all of the other players have. Like,
Well, apparently
Clades is the one person to understand.
100%. Clade's got 100K twice in a row.
Well, that's cool.
I don't even know. I promise I actually tested this one, and then I betted this one too. I had somebody bet this. This is me. I did my due diligence this time, and still everything's screwed up for me. This is my life.
To be fair, Clade's new high score still would put them in first place.
But the thing is that I'm watching the gameplay that they're doing, and I'm seeing infinite amount of like improvements that they could be doing that they haven't been picking up on in the hour. And that makes me feel less bad about the whole affair, honestly. Like I said, folks, if you're watching this match, sorry if I seem a little bit harsh when you watch this on rewatch, but maybe suck less. I mean,
wow, Roar. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I'd do very good at this, honestly.
I don't care for the genre, first off.
My lawyers are informing me that it was supposed that I need to let you all know that was a joke, and I love you all. Thank you for playing my terrible game.
Wait, you had to legally state that we shouldn't suck it? Okay.
No, not that they. I didn't say they shouldn't. I didn't say that they should suck it. I said they suck. Normally, we're supportive over here. We're like, this is a hard game. It's understandable why they're not doing so well. I'm watching this gameplay. I'm just, no. 12-pointers are gonna 12-point, I suppose.
Wow, Roar coming for blood.
Yeah.
Roar's chosen violence against these competitors.
Well, luckily, we have a good group of referees who have been watching and tracking to make sure we know how well the players have done. Yeah, the players are aware of those random drops that do give additional points. Space Cal's like, yeah, I haven't beaten my score since getting that random drop, and yeah, that's currently Space Cal's best attempt. I'm not sure about Master Time Thief or Taven, though. I feel like everybody has at least gotten one of those drops during your run.
Everyone has at least gotten one of those drops. Right now, the drop that's determining it all is Taven, or is Clades' health pickup. But I'm looking at the way that it's moving, and I honestly think that the health pickup is as much as it's influential in this match. I don't know that Taven or that Clades would not be winning this elsewise. Like right now, let's ditch the 100,000 points that Clades has from the chip, right? Ditching the 100,000 points, we've already seen 156, 157. Congratulations. Let's ditch the 100,000 from the chips. Let's ditch the extra health. Clades is in the lead.
I also want to point out you can feel a little better because apparently Tavon's got a full heal, but he still died before he reached the boss.
Yeah.
So Clavens did make it as far as he did because of, or Clades made it as far as he did on skill.
Yeah. So this is while RNG is big on this, there's still a lot of you need to utilize that RNG. So right there, Clades just got a 170,000 or something. I didn't see exactly what it is. So honestly, if we just were to deduct the 100,000 from each of these players' performances and see what they're doing, it gives a clear indicator that Clades does deserve to take first, and Space Cow currently deserves to take second. So even discounting the RNG that's happening, I truly think that it's showing pretty well that the numbers are aligning with what's going on.
I think with first and second,
myself.
yes.
You don't need to defend yourself.
Well,
there's RNG in a lot of games.
Corndan has hit me with a foam bat already this tournament. Okay, I need to make sure I've done my due diligence.
We always need to hit people with foam bats. Come on! Why else would you have a foam bat if not to whack?
Sure.
Hey, Dr. Mr. Chris, thank you for subscribing. Good to have you here. We have just under 2 minutes left. We are close to the end of this match. And this, just because of various reasons, this is the only match that we're having today. Apologies for people who wanted a bunch of crap, but hopefully we'll be back tomorrow with everything else. This has been a game. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this has been a game. This has been an interesting show of skill in
Fortitude.
terms of fortitude, and yeah, it's not an easy game. And I put it on the harder difficulty and gave them 1 CC. But like I said, the reason that I did both of these things is because we would see legitimately upward of 10-minute runs. And I did not want to have an entire 10 to 15 minutes of the game be dedicated to one run, only to find that ending poorly, basically.
Yeah.
So Roar, there's some conversation in the ref chat for you.
Oh, let me go dig up this information.
All right, go and take a look. We'll watch the last little bit to see how it goes.
I feel like this is the last attempt for all the players. Well, actually, it is the last attempt looking at the timer.
Yeah, and as it turns out, I think that even with the randomness, Space Cow is still pretty solidly in the second. Let's go ahead in the second. Oh my gosh, that is time, everybody! Throw your hands up in the air and get ready for, no more of this.
The results?
Oh my gosh. The results, hey! I see hands. Why do I see hands? Oh my gosh, I see a frog. I see Vivi jumping up and down in Final Fantasy 9. I see Terminators, all of the classic stuff that you usually see in Kusogrand8. Well, let's go ahead and see if Clades wants to come and chat. Yep, we've got the frog. Hello there, and congratulations. You are by far our victor today.
Important question. Question. Is it Clades or Clades?
Whichever you like.
Oh
Honestly.
my gosh.
Okay, then cool. You know what? I'm gonna keep saying Clades. Then we're good.
That's fine. So did I make it to stage 2 legitimately?
No,
What do
God,
you
no.
mean?
You got the full health power up.
Well, yeah, but other than that, like I didn't actually continue on that run, right?
Yeah,
I know I did one.
You did not accidentally continue on that
Okay.
round. That was not the
Yeah.
round that you made it to stage 2.
As
That power-up.
yeah.
Was the game. That power-up was the game.
It's not though. So, what we've determined is because there was the concerns about the RNG being whether or not the power up, but upon taking if we were to discount the power ups existing across all playthroughs, your highest score would have been, without the 100K, 73,000 or so. Well, the next highest player would have been 56,000. So even if we knocked off those, you actually did well enough to legitimately take first place without hypotheticals.
I guess I can accept that then.
If it makes you feel better. Space Cow, because everybody did get the 100,000 power up at least during one run, so everybody's highest score is in the 100,000 range. You got the 883,000 because you got the power up, the extra life power up. Master Time Thief with 135,000, and then the screen just changed, so I couldn't continue reading it. But the point is that if we dock all of that information, there was another run that you did where you got 170 something thousand, and if we knock off that 100,000, that still firmly puts you in the lead. And knocking off those extra RNG for other players still firmly puts Space Cow in second place. So I do not feel bad calling RNG on this. It may very well be something that I would never give again, because of the potential of RNG swinging the gauge too hard, but I don't think it did. I think you showed off skill. Just don't watch the match back, because what I say is very contradictory to what I just said there.
No, honestly, this is something that we did bring up with Kusogrand8. We don't completely eliminate RNG when it comes to matches, because occasionally it's going to happen. You know, there are a lot of bad games out there that are bad for a variety of reasons, and randomness is one of those. Figuring out how to deal with that randomness and how to actually be patient enough to deal with it ends up mattering. And the fact that you managed to even on one of the attempts where you didn't get to the end, still had a high score above everybody else. Like, yeah, that's proof to me that, like, it wasn't just randomness that caused you to get the win here. There was a combination of randomness and skill, and that really put you in the victor's seat. So, question: what do you think about this game? Terminator 2 Arcade.
I don't know why they ported this to Game Gear, and it kind of frightens me how much effort they put in, because the animations are pretty good.
Yeah, like I love the art, the music. Alistair Brimble.
This is the very much so the sorry, what am I trying to say? This is absolutely a very, very accurate port to the arcade version. Like, staggeringly so.
Really, Roar? Like, with spawns and such? That's actually really surprising that it is so close to the arcade port. I'd say the arcade is probably more playable.
They would have had to have made so many different sprites just for the robots marching up on the screen to make it look like they're getting closer. It's just crazy.
Yeah, there were a lot of sprites in there. I mean, good graphics do not make a good game, as we have found out many times on Kusogrand8. But honestly, an executive looking at this would probably be like, ship it right now.
If it wasn't for the fact that you were playing it with a gamepad, it probably would have been fine. But, you know, you're not going to have a mouse plugged into your Game Gear or a light gun.
Yeah,
can you see yourself coming back to this?
No.
Absolutely not.
Let me answer for every player from today. No, they are never playing this again if they can help it.
Hold on, how long did it take? Let me see what I said. I didn't actually, normally when I do this, I give a review of game. What did I say about this game? Teach You the Arcade game took me 2.5 hours to beat on normal. This game is not very good. It does give you enough credits to survive, but overall, the small screen, the crazy wind condition, and the fact that the boss sometimes just straight up ignores you and goes right after John, no matter how many times you shoot him, is just dumb. And quite frankly, I have more ports of this to play, so I'll just accept the save state at the end, even though I should have one. Bad games.
What is the difference for the difficulty levels?
You take more damage. We did a little bit of experimenting on normal. It took me 1.5 minutes of no inputs to die. On expert, it took me 1 minute and 5 seconds to die. You do take more damage, and I think some of the bigger enemies that don't die in one shot probably take a couple more hits to use, so you probably are more encouraged to use rockets on them.
Well, yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Now, Clades, are you streaming these days? I don't believe you are.
Nope.
And if not, are you playing anything offline that you've really been enjoying?
I just finished playing a game called Nine Souls, which is a kind of Metroidvania sort of game that I really enjoyed. And of course, Dawn Trail comes out next week.
Yeah,
sorry, I heard Dawn Trail and I thought Dawn Trail the Dolphin, and I was like, really? Oh my gosh! I'm still excited for Dawn Trail, mind you, but you got me really excited for a second there, like. Oh, yeah, I still need to get through Endwalker, but I did make it through Shadowbringers, and it's really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we are going to call it there, everybody. Unfortunately, I have not been having the best time today, but we got through a match, and I'm happy about that. Thank you so much, Ascorian and Roar. I'm glad that both of you were here. Yeah, Justin says thank you, Roar.
You're welcome, Justin.
So we are going to raid, actually, one of my favorite YouTubers is doing a stream on her channel right now of Killer Frequency, which I played through recently. It's a horror/comedy game that deals with being a radio DJ, and I think that it's fun and pretty silly. So let's go and raid her, and obviously a Terminator message, like,
I'll be back.
I'll be back. I'm going to put a question mark at the end, though, because technically we're not going to be back. We're going to be there. That doesn't even make sense why we would be back. Oh, no. No, Urban Yeti music. No. Ah. Okay, we got to end the stream. See everybody. Take care.
Bye.